Arsenal fans and any other football fan or any person who is watching this video, they are welcome, and they should. I encourage them to watch this video. It's not that it's only made for Arsenal fans, but I am an Arsenal fan, and in this video I'll be analyzing and discussing about a few points that happened in the match yesterday between Arsenal and Leicester. So the game ended in a 1-1 draw, and it was disappointing actually. So let us go step by step. First of all, let us discuss the formation of Arsenal. So it's obvious that 3-4-3 formation should have been preferred, because in the previous games it has been extremely successful for us. So that's that, and so the defense should also be kept the same. I think the entire lineup, we can repeat the same lineup as in the previous games, because we are benefiting from that. So it's like it's not damaged, so why change it? So the back line was okay with Kolasinac, David Luiz and Mustafi. I think David Luiz and Mustafi have improved a lot, but Kolasinac is also doing tremendously well. Emi Martinez obviously is the goalkeeper choice for us. Then in the midfield, Granit Xhaka and Ceballos. Granit Xhaka and Ceballos, they have both performed tremendously well, so that was also a easy choice. And Kieran Tierney was an obvious choice on the left wing back. But on the right side, Hector Bellerin was chosen. I would have preferred Ainsley instead of Hector, and maybe Hector could have come in later in the game as a substitute, but that did not happen. But in the game you can see Hector made some wrong passes, so maybe because he is not fully confident, or there is something lacking in his game, as I've said before. And but he also made some good passes, the pass to Lacazette, and we will discuss all those things later, I think. But it's okay. Hector is also a good contender in the right side. Now let's come to the forward line. Now it was left Aubameyang, center played by Lacazette, and on the right side it's Saka. I have some doubts in that front three. I think Lacazette should not have started as a centre forward, because he's having some confidence issues up front, in front of the goal. So my preferred lineup was Aubameyang at the centre, on the left side Saka, and on the right side Nicolas Pepe. But I think Pepe is having some issues, personal issues. I think his wife delivered a few days back or yesterday, so he might not be in a mental state to start. But congratulations to Pepe. But okay, but so let us go through the game. Arsenal bombarded Leicester City in the first half, and I think it was one of the best performances of the season. That is how, as a fan, I would like Arsenal to play, to dominate the team in front of you by attacking them in that way. And they scored one. They scored a brilliant goal. I think Denis Ceballos is also I think his loan should be extended at Arsenal. We should do whatever we can to extend his loan. And that pass from Denis Ceballos looked like prime Fabregas or Xavi type kind of a pass, and it brings back many memories of Arsenal and Barcelona at times. So now, but we got many more chances during the game. That Bellerin passed to Lacazette, and he should have finished. And Saka got a very good chance on the right side, but when he shot, there was no power on that shot. So that brings up our next topic. First of all, it's Lacazette. Lacazette is not scoring, so I think there is a problem there, and he should not start games in the future. Maybe, but he's down on confidence, and the only way to bring up the confidence of a striker is by starting him. But right now we don't have that luxury. I think Aubameyang should start the next game on the center. And the next thing is Saka. Saka is being played on the right. I said in the previous video that Saka is not looking very is not being very productive on the right side because he is best on the left side. So I think I think Saka should be shifted on the left side so that he is more productive. That shot, it should have been scored by Saka because it was a clear chance, and I don't remember the time, but I think you can understand which chance I am talking about. And we should have finished, we should have killed the game in the first half. I think easily we could have been 3-0 and we were still 1-0 because Lacazette missed a very goal. He missed I think 2-3 chances. So we cannot give him any more chances to Lacazette because now is the time of desperation for Arsenal. Okay, so we have that now. Let us go to the second half where there is a game-changing decision in the game. That is the red card of Eddie Nketiah, and people are debating if that is a red card or not, if whether the referee was wrong. I think it's debatable, but maybe if in an unfavorable day it can be a red card. But if that is a red card, then in the 40th minute Mustafi was kicked on his face by Jamie Vardy. Why was that not given a red card? That should have been a red card as well. So the refereeing is not up to the mark in this Premier League. They have improved the standard of the players so high, but the refereeing is still down there only. Even with VAR, the referees are not able to take the right calls at many times. They are not using it properly. So I don't think the refereeing is okay. And people from all around the world are complaining about the refereeing, but nothing is being done. So there is I don't know. I did not want to say anything about refereeing also in this video because there is no purpose of that. So let us skip that. I'm really fed up of the refereeing decisions in Premier League, and so that was a game-changing moment in the game where Eddie fouled and he was given a red card. So, but I would not blame him because there were many other chances where we should have been 3-0, 4-0 up. So we cannot blame that he got a red card and that is why we could not defend the game. That is not right on our part. So overall, I think it was a good performance from Arsenal. If not for the red card, I think we would have won. So next we have a game against Tottenham, and that is away. So we have to be very, very sharp, and I seriously think we can beat them with the way we are playing, but there won't be any Eddie in the team. So that's it for today. And I have received some comments from other fans, Man United fans. There was one guy, he was saying that please beat Leicester so that we can take advantage of that. So we have at least given you 2 points advantage, so do whatever you want to with that. And some fans are saying why don't you say something about Barca, because I am an Arsenal fan. I am starting this, so maybe one day I'll make a video on Barca. Now there was a comment from one user on my YouTube, on my previous YouTube video. It was, do you think with the current form of Chelsea and Man United, Arsenal have a top 4 chance or a chance to qualify for Europe this season? Is there any realistic chance? So I've made an analysis which I'm going to show you. So the first thing is, let us see what is the league table at the moment. So you can see that it's Chelsea at 60 points, Leicester 59, Man United 55, Wolves 52, and Arsenal at 50. So we will go one by one with the starting with Chelsea, with whatever the ties they have, the fixture they have next. We can analyze it in this way. So first of all, let's go with Chelsea. Chelsea have Sheffield United, Norwich City, Liverpool, and Wolves next. So I think the points they are going to get is I think they will win against Sheffield, Norwich, Liverpool draw, Wolves draw. So right now they have 60 points and they will end up at 68 at the end of the league. Next is Leicester City. So Leicester City's fixtures are Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Tottenham and Man United. So I think they are going to win against Bournemouth, draw against Sheffield United, draw against Spurs, and lose against Man United. So total point tally for Leicester is 59 plus 5, that is 64. Next, let's go to Man United. So Man United fixtures are first of all Aston Villa, Southampton, Crystal Palace, West Ham, and Leicester City. I think they are going to win all of those, and they will end up with 70 points at the end of the mm, end of this league. Next is Wolves. So the currently Wolves have 52 points, and with Sheffield United they will get 3 points. Everton, they'll lose Everton, so 0 points. Burnley draw 1 point. Crystal Palace a draw again, I would say, because of how they performed against Chelsea yesterday. So 1 point, and Chelsea they'll lose. So overall they will end up with 57 points. And finally Arsenal. So the next fixtures Arsenal have are against Spurs, which they will win. I hope they win. With Liverpool they will lose. Aston Villa they'll win, and Watford also will win. So overall Arsenal will end up with 59 points. So if we construct the league table finally, I think Man United will end up at third position, Chelsea at fourth, Leicester City with 64 points at 5, Arsenal with 59 points at 6, and Wolves in seventh position as with 57 points. So I think Arsenal are going to end up in sixth position, and they will get Europa League but not Champions League, because if I think Man City are not going to play in the Champions League this season, so they will be discarded, and so Arsenal will go to fifth position. So I think Arsenal will get Europa but not Champions League this season. So finally that's it for today, and if you like the video, please like it on YouTube and Instagram, watch the video, share it with your friends if you like it, press the notification bell icon, please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any comments, if you want me to make another video you like, please mention in the comments below. So that's it from today, and thank you.